Hi and welcome to this introduction to a new version of Orb Crown Tactical Warfare, where the scale has been reduced significantly and battles are fought by units on a smaller scale. There is a mod for it, Orb Crown Tactical Warfare, that goes with each of the campaigns that will be set up for it. Starting the game is as per normal. Go through to your campaign names and you'll see Orb Crown Field of War. It starts in 2403, which is a year in the Orb Crown campaign. There is 50 turns in this one. It's not a date-based game or an objective-based game. There's no AI, and there's a bit of background there as per normal. You can also look at the victory conditions if you want to, and see that you need to capture this castle, Castile. You have 50 turns to do it, and the last 10 turns will have a timer. The options, the only one that's really important is to make sure that your 3D units is off, because they use only the NATO units. When you start the campaign, you're given a bit of information about what's going on. It's all words. It might not make any sense at all, but you can read through it. Hopefully it's relatively short. But the next is a quick map showing you where the action is taking place. It's taking place in the Kingdom of Angford. The battlefield is this area here with the dotted line, and the objective is the castle of King Amist there. We will come back to this particular map here when we've changed sides, because it'll be clearer, but you can see straight away that terrain and resources and buildings and so forth have all been changed for a smaller scale. Moving over to the right where the attackers are approaching from the east, you'll see that Andania is the red icons there, and the first thing you'll notice with the icons is, of course, they can see a lot further. It's a tactical based game, therefore the range of visibility is much further. Units can still see through things like forests and hills, which of course in reality they wouldn't be able to, but I have made it so that units that are inside or within those hexes, such as built up areas and forests, have their visibility restricted by them. Outside of those things, you can see that the visibility is somewhere between 5 hexes and 10 hexes, depending on the unit and depending on the terrain that they're in. We'll get to that a little bit more later on. The map itself, you can use the normal zoom. If you zoom out, you'll find that you can see the whole map on the one screen. I designed it this way. I hope that there won't be any resolution issues with you, but for me, I can see the whole screen, the whole map in one screen. And if you zoom out one more time, you've got the strategic map, which shows you where the units are. There's not very many at the moment, but as the game goes on, there will be more. Okay, let's have a look at some of the changes. Research. Now, you might think, well, what's research going to have to do with a game that takes place over the period of one day? Well, if you go by the strategic level, of course, it has no bearing whatsoever. But with new rationales for each of the different research options, you can see that they actually do relate to a battlefield. So weapons, for example, if you hover over the name of it, you can see down the bottom that weapons is a consignment of new weapons arrives on the battlefield. So most land units will get a +1 attack versus ground targets if you apply this to each unit. You might not get to do that for every unit. There won't be enough time, there won't be enough gold. But it is a rationale for that change. The same with armor. If you go down and hover over armor, you'll see that skilled armorers arrive on the battlefield, and most land units get a +1 defense if it's applied to those units. Again, if you go down to ranged weapons over here, you'll see accuracy improves on the battlefield, so the archers get better as the battle progresses. And inspiration. Up here, inspirational speech by the commander, and most land units get +10 morale. Now you can see that they are things like from strategic command series, that is your land warfare basically. And if you go down here to investment, it's merchants bringing treasure to fund the battle, and that is your old industry. Battlefield healing is your old production, has a similar effect. It's like clerics out there healing people, healing soldiers, getting them back into the battle quicker. All right, so that's research. Diplomacy is much quicker and much more restricted. You'll see that there's only one potential ally of Andania here, Vermont. And if you put in one chit of 100 gold pieces worth into a potential ally, 100% chance there will be movement. They will move 25 to 50%. So you'll probably only need to do it probably 3 times. 2 is very unlikely, but possible. 3 is the likely number of times you'll need to get your potential allies to move towards you and join you. New units on the purchase screen, you'll see the number available, the cost of each one, their statistics on the right hand side as per normal. You'll also notice that the PD, the production delay, is set to 0. So if you buy these men-at-arms, for example, you click on purchase and then close, you'll see it comes up straight away ready to deploy them onto the battlefield. So there's no waiting for these units to appear. As I said before, the terrain effects have been changed to account for the tactical scale. There's only 2 that I really want to point out at this stage, and there's this one here, which is a lookout, and this one here, which is a watchtower. Both of those, when a unit is on those hexes, will increase the visibility or the spotting range quite significantly. So they're worth taking if you can. If you need to be able to see your enemy better, then taking those vantage points is quite useful. So from the Allies' point of view, the situation is a bit different and it looks a bit dire. The castle of Castile is to be defended. That is the final capital to be taken by Andania in its war of conquest. The king has been joined by his son, who is mobilized and encamped outside the city, and his daughter is not yet committed to the cause. So you can see that the actual look of the battlefield is quite different on a tactical scale. So if we zoom in at this particular point, you can see a little bit better what these look like. They're a bit fuzzy in this view, but that's not the normal view. You've got castle walls, you've got the residents that are in there, you've got the commercial buildings, the castle, of course. You've got a mage's tower here. If I just hide so you can see that the mage's tower here is here, the castle. We've got the town hall, we've got the inn over here, and a number of farming communities and so forth. The river, which of course affects movement and combat. So the tactical scale is a different way of doing battle, that's for sure. Okay, well, this is where I'm going to leave this introduction to tactical warfare, and I'll make a couple of short YouTube clips of battle scenes if you're more interested. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll catch you later. Bye.